Hello, we're back.
We're here. It is, well, when this will air, it'll probably be March 6th or 7th or something like that.
6-7.
Yeah,
6-7. Did your grandkids do 6-7?
No, do it, no.
What?
Your grandkids,
Do
they
your
don't do
grand-
6-7?
Oh no, but I think you were telling
Did
us
you talk
about
about
it.
it? Yeah,
When you
yeah.
It
came
came
back
up and I had
Oh,
no idea
okay,
what
yeah,
it
yeah.
was.
Yeah, so we don't want to hear it again.
That's right. Stop repeating yourself.
Yeah,
You're getting old.
I am.
122, this is the podcast number
122.
122. We were talking off camera and I was like, wait a minute, we need to share this on camera because Peggy mentioned, I want to be
Bobby's girl.
So we were talking about old songs and how horrible
Misogynistic
they
misogynistic.
misogynistic.
And you know, women like depending so much on
Yep.
having the attention of a boy.
For
and
younger women.
that's, you know, I'd be
Yeah.
so
Right.
thankful,
Yes.
you know, if he liked
Except
me.
For who was the singer that said,
Leslie.
Yeah,
Leslie
you
Gore.
don't, you don't own me.
Oh.
Leslie, not Uggams.
No,
Leslie Gore?
Uggams.
Leslie Gore.
Gore.
Leslie Gore.
Yeah,
Gore.
yeah.
I love 50s and 60s music. Like I said, I
And
loved
it's
it. But
my
when
party.
you start, it's my party, right?
Yeah.
Except because it was Judy's turn to cry.
I know.
Exactly.
But I love, but the music is it makes you cringe some of it
Yeah.
now when you think about
I
it.
know.
Like
I know.
the one I really hate, and I really was never a fan of Sound of Music. I just
Yeah.
really
I
couldn't get into
never.
it. But
No,
that goes,
amazing.
I am 16 going on 17. I
Yeah.
just want to punch the screen.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really
I know.
hate that song so
Yeah.
much.
I know.
But even,
Yeah.
and I watch all these old game shows, and it's just so interesting because like Alan Ludden will talk to the man, the guest, the man, oh, what do you do for a living and stuff? And then he'll go to the woman, he goes, are you married? Or, you know,
Yeah.
something about, you know, do you have children? And there have been some women that say, well, I have a career. You know, they
Yeah.
do say
Yeah,
that.
good.
And this is like from the
And
60s.
What
This
was
is-
his reaction?
He was fine, but I think, you know, it was a matter of educating him, you know, it's like, but I find that interesting in a lot of these old game shows. And
Yeah, I know.
Like some of the things
Oh.
I said,
But it wasn't.
Gene Rayburn
Oh,
was,
he's
he was
horrible.
the worst. He was a pig.
yeah, I couldn't
But
stand
it
him.
wasn't that far away, and like I said, we've been making such good strides,
I
and
know.
then up until 2024-5, when we got this administration,
Yep.
and we're going backwards.
Oh,
I know.
totally backwards.
and
I know.
it's awful.
Well, it started in his first
It
administration.
did. You're right. It did start in this
Yeah.
first.
I mean, it was
administration.
never great
No.
as far as the Republicans were concerned.
No, they're not for
you know,
women in any
so
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's, did you say you had a word?
Oh yes, I do have a word.
Really?
Can I have a word with you? Let me see. Maybe you're familiar with it. I had never seen it before. It came up in it came up when I was doing spelling bee today.
Oh, okay. Oh, today, so it's a fresh word.
Yes.
Okay.
And I said,
I love
I knew that it was a word because it looked familiar, so I plugged it in. I said, I'm pretty sure Elide is a word.
Oh, yeah.
E-L-I-D-E. But I said, I know it's a word, but I didn't know what it meant.
Yes.
I used to know what it meant.
I don't know what it meant. What it means.
Can you use it in a
Can't
sentence?
speak.
Will I give it away?
I don't know. It's hard to. A lot of people with New York accents have elided some words.
Oh, they cut them down and change them, or the pronunciation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like
Yeah.
instead of saying going to, we'll say
Gonna.
gonna. Instead of saying another one that I found today, because it just dawned on me that on my own, I didn't even see this in the explanation, camera. And Americans say camera. It's a 3-syllable word.
Camera?
It's
Camera.
yeah.
Camera.
And it's very
Yes.
soft, the third signal.
Camera.
Like when you hear it
Right.
pronounced, you know,
Right.
rightly, it's camera.
Yes.
But you hear the third syllable, but in American English, we say camera.
Yeah.
Camera,
Your
like
camera.
it's two symbols.
Yeah.
And then, what are you like going to do?
What
We
are-
say
what are-
watcha.
Whatcha? Yeah.
What you gonna do when they come for you?
Yeah.
So I said, oh my goodness, I said I do that.
I get crazy.
So they combine some words, make a new
There,
one. Yeah.
so elide actually means to omit, ignore, or suppress something, a sound, a syllable, or an idea,
Okay.
or to merge two things together, often to make speech or text more concise.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's
Some.
something in the book world that is being elided, they announce it, in the sense it's being omitted now forever.
Which is?
Have you read about how there is no more mass market books being produced
Oh yes, I
anymore?
did read that. I just ordered one.
Oh,
Me
really?
too, yeah.
Yes.
So you
Readerly.
can go to a used bookstore.
You can go to a used bookstore, but still, Readerlink,
Right.
which is the biggest
Yeah.
book distributor in the U.S., announced recently that it would stop distributing mass market paperbacks.
Yep.
And I was never a big fan, I have to say, of the mass market paperback.
right.
Yeah, me
Because
neither.
the words were so little, and they
Yeah.
were too thick to like fit in your pocketbook. For me, anyway. Like I like a
Yeah.
little thinner book. But what I loved about it, and the article that I read, right, hit on it. They were cheap and accessible,
Uh-huh.
and they made reading a lot more accessible to people, and with their fantastic covers sometimes,
Right,
those are the
right.
Harlequin novels, right?
Yep.
The art,
Right.
it would attract to a lot of different people of all different classes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
make readers want to have it. And they were sold at like penny stores.
Oh,
yes,
or
I
you
know.
put them on
Anywhere
the counter.
done, yep.
Right, so they didn't have to go to a bookstore, Barnes
That's
and Noble,
right.
or they could find them at the local supermarket or
Well, I
something.
grew up
to
in
pick it
Brooklyn
up.
and we did not have a bookstore where I
Right.
lived. So we went to
Really?
the
'Cause where
library,
I grew up,
or
they
if you
did.
bought, well, if you bought a book, you went to Kresge's or Woolworths,
Right.
or the drugstore sold them. And
To me,
Well, I
it's
went to
sad.
Alex's 5 and 10 in Chattagay, and I remember the very first book I bought.
What was it?
Dr. Kildare.
oh God,
And it was about a little girl named Penny, and she hurt her
oh,
hand. and he took care
she's
of her.
so lucky.
Yes. I'm like, oh, I had such a crush on Dr. Kildare. So like, and my mom said I could buy a book, and of course,
It was Dr. Kildare.
I bought Dr. Kildare.
And even when we were working at Borders in Levittown, they were $5.99
Oh,
each,
yeah.
or
Yeah.
$6.99.
We had a good, that was a big seller on mass market, like romance were a
Yeah,
lot of
the
mass
romance ones
markets.
with them, and the
Right.
mysteries
And
too.
mysteries, yeah.
Now, I just bought a book, I just ordered it, because I never saw the Shawshank Redemption,
Oh.
because I always wanted to read the book first.
Oh,
Okay.
the movie is.
So today, I was reading something in the Times, and they mentioned that, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna order the book. And I did, and it's only in a mass market.
Wow.
But the mass market is $14.99 now.
Wow.
I
Well,
know.
I think it's a sad. I mean, anything that takes away
Yeah.
an accessibility feature for, because now we're, our economy is shit. Sorry
Right,
to curse,
yeah.
but it really is. And books are getting very expensive, and even hardcovers, like $30 for
Yeah.
some hardcovers,
Yeah.
and
I know.
quality paper, QP can be like
Yeah.
$18, $19, $20.
I know.
Who can afford that? Really?
I know, but if a
Yeah.
mass market is $15, I'd rather go for the extra
Well,
couple
you're
of dollars.
right, but I just think
It's not like they're cheap anymore.
They're not cheap
I mean, when
anymore.
I was a kid, they were like you could get like under $1, 75 cents
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were.
I think
you
that
know.
we'll see more used bookstores. I'm hoping the used bookstores come back up with this.
I'm
because
guessing
Yeah.
they will.
I think it would. It's a shame for it to go, but that's my
Well,
that's my
well,
answer.
you know what? We're gonna drink.
Let's
it's
toast to
my-
the
What
mass
the heck?
market.
Yes, let's toast to the max. So it's my turn for the wine. Judy, do you want to pronounce the name of my wine? You
So
seem
look at the beginning. Viejo Puerto.
Yes,
Well,
that means old door.
Yes, it does.
Old Door.
Viejo
Yeah.
Puerto.
Well, that doesn't sound so
Viejo
good.
is old,
Well, the-
and Puerto is door.
Wine is better when it's older.
Puerto Viejo, though. It's,
Uh-huh.
okay.
Puerto Viejo. Right,
Whoops,
because you put
I
the
just-
subject in
You
Spanish,
put
put the
the-
subject first.
Yes, you
and
put the adjective is
second.
after
Well,
the noun.
look at that. I just spilled some wine on the side of the glass. My
Very
apologies.
sloppy pouring, Carol.
Nice color.
You know what? You're supposed to hold it like this. Have you
Oh.
ever tried without doing that?
No.
And I said, I
No.
would drop it, break the glass, and have wine all over the place.
What a waste.
I know.
Okay, all right.
We've been
Let's
doing a lot
smell
of
it.
reds lately.
Yes, we have.
I have to
been.
bring a white next time.
All right.
For it, yeah.
I have a nice
Ooh.
white I
I'm not
ordered
sure I
that you
like
guys.
the aroma.
Oh, I think it's interesting.
Okay, that's one word.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking I'm going to be disappointed in this. So it's a Reserve Cabernet 2023.
From where?
Puerto Viejo.
Up in
The old
Argentina,
door.
I bet.
Oh wait, Chile, I think.
Oh,
Oh,
Chile.
Chile.
I like
I
Chilean
think
wines.
that's what I saw when I
Chile.
bought it in the store.
All right, let's toast to.
It must be south. Sur means
Alright.
south.
Oh, product of Chile. Yeah.
All
It
right.
contains sulfites. Okay. Anyway, all right. So what are we toasting?
We're toasting to
Women's History Month?
Women's History Month again to women.
Doing-
We're three women. We toast to women.
Okay. I'm really hesitant to take a sip.
Oh, drink
I'm
up.
not. I'm not loving the aroma.
It's good.
Oh, really? Well, it definitely tastes better than the
a
smell.
aftertaste. Doesn't it have like a little aftertaste?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Like buttery or something? It's weird.
Okay. What are you naming? What are your notes? The notes.
I need another sip. Let's see.
Another gulp.
No.
Oh, I know why I have an issue with it, because one of the notes in it.
Is there licorice?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the issue that
Yeah.
I have.
I'm not a
Good
fan.
job. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
It's okay. It tastes,
Licorice.
I don't taste, it's not licorice. It's almost like oily or something. There's a weird taste to it.
What else?
Licorice.
What else? Do you want to say? Want me to just read?
But yeah, look at the top of your wine. Does it look a little oily? Look at it.
It looks opaque too. It's like,
No, look at my wine. It's like there's something sitting on
Oh,
there.
maybe it's the glass.
No,
No.
it's something there.
Hmm.
I'm not a fan.
Okay, it's
Oh.
brilliant ruby red color with an intense nose of ripe strawberries, anise, or a nephew,
That's it.
licorice, and caramel. It is fresh and round on the palate with firm tannins that combine very well on the toasty finish. Pairs exceptionally well with roasted
that's
short
why I
ribs.
tasted butter. It's toast.
To us. We are so funny today. All right, it's black cherry, plum, bitter chocolate, and mocha.
Huh.
So it has anise and licorice. I'm not a fan of anise.
Yeah, no,
Me neither.
me either.
This is not my favorite.
No, not after the good one we had just before.
And that one.
All right,
Yeah, it's
so
kinda weird.
all right, so how many wildflowers?
Two.
Two.
Yeah.
Wow, and alcohol content?
I'm gonna say it's 12.
I'm gonna say 14.
Oh, it doesn't taste that astringent to me.
It's
12.
13. 13.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
right in
right in the
between.
middle.
Okay. Price point?
Too much.
Uh,
All right, I'm gonna say.
well, it's a
15.
reserve, so you probably spent at least $18.99 on it.
I'm gonna say $15.99.
$9.
Oh, okay, well that's good.
That explains.
Usually the reserves are.
Right, and I was like, you know what? I'm going cheap this time because usually I'm trying to
Yeah.
get a little. I'm like, I'm gonna go cheap this time just to see. Maybe it'll be, oh, this is really good. Nope.
No.
nope.
Yeah.
Not really good.
Well, the other day, last Sunday I went out for dinner with the Bears.
Okay.
And I brought up a bottle, I had brought a bottle of Pellegrino from
Right.
the Long Island
Right.
Cabernet Franc.
Oh, that's.
And I said, oh, I thought that was the one that we liked.
Yeah,
So I brought it up, I said, oh, I have a nice Cabernet Franc. So I open it and I'm pouring it and it looks like a little darker than rosé. It was so light looking. And then
Wow.
it was like, it wasn't good at all. It was
What is
so
up with
light.
The Long Island wine?
I don't know, but we had a Cabernet Franc from a Long Island vineyard that we all liked.
Yeah, we did.
It must have been Parma. I'm gonna try Parma
like
it
or
was Palmer.
I feel
or
like it's-
Puglisi.
No, it was
no,
Palmer.
I think it was Palmer.
It was Palmer.
I knew it
Because
started
the
with the
Parma
P.
we did
Yeah.
the Viejo, and that was good.
Yeah, but usually we don't like the Long Island.
Did I
wines.
give
I
it
know.
wildflowers?
You said 2 like me.
I
Yeah,
did. Okay,
yeah.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
Yeah.
did you say?
I said 2.
Okay.
That's the lowest we've ever given any of the
Yeah.
wines.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It's-
ladies.
Yeah.
You
no,
know
that's
what?
all right.
I don't mind a light wine if it's got some like fruit forward or something. Like I don't taste. It doesn't have enough flavor or aroma.
I mean, no, to me it has a big of an aroma
I
and
do
not
not-
a good one and,
yeah.
and not a good flavor.
Yeah, when I first smelled it. I'm like, oh my God, no.
I was giving it the benefit of the doubt, so I was like, oh, let me see. But as you smell it more, I'm like, oh, I don't like the smell
Yeah.
in any way. And then I got the licorice right away, and I usually don't pick this out, but I
Yeah.
don't like
Yeah,
licorice.
I don't either.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Sorry, Puerto Viejo.
Need some time behind that old
Yeah.
door, a little more.
yeah.
All right, so I have the book. So my book was supposed to be the book that I used for my topic, the last podcast. So I'm not really prepared for these, but I just read them.
Oh,
You know, so I'll just do it, quickly. But this Vigil, all right, George Saunders, he's the author of many books, but most notably one of my favorite books, Lincoln in the Bardo,
Right.
which my son-in-law Aaron just texted me the other day and told me they're making a movie out of it, and
Oh.
Tom Hanks is going to play
yes.
Lincoln.
Interesting.
It's going to be partly computer animated because Lincoln in the Bardo is about the afterlife and it's got ghosts in it.
Okay.
So Vigil follows suit with that. He's obsessed with death, I guess.
He did say that because he was on Stephen Colbert last
Uh-huh.
night, and Stephen made a joke about that. He goes,
Yeah.
there's a certain theme in your
Yeah.
books. He was like, and they was talking about the death.
Yeah. So anyway, I really did like it. It's a short book. It's
I know,
a
so-
quick read. I was a little confused in the beginning, as I always am in his book, so I have to go back a little. But this is a story about a woman who died when she was 23 years old, very suddenly in an accident, and she has an afterlife job.
She has a what?
An afterlife job.
Oh, okay. So I heard
Okay,
correctly.
yes. So her job is to comfort dying people.
Okay.
Oh.
So like she's at this, she goes to this house with this very, very rich man who was in the oil industry, and he didn't care about destroying, the environment. He didn't care about people.
What's his name? Trump?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't, but
I know, yeah.
it's like those people, the oligarchs and the American oligarchs. He was like one of them, and she's supposed to comfort him while he's dying. And then this other spirit shows up, and he wants this guy to regret. I want him to regret what he did and to apologize for it.
Oh.
And it's very interesting as the story unveils. And she gets distracted from that and starts thinking about her life. And like you can't truly be free. I can't think of the word for it. Like she has to, the spirits, to reach elevation, I think they called it. You have to totally forget about your real life, like your physical life. And then you'll be elevated and you'll finally be free. And like she starts looking into and thinking about her life, and she died so young she didn't get to experience it. She goes to visit her grave and finds out things about her husband. And meanwhile, this old creep is dying, and his wife is in the room, but she's kind of like out of the picture. Once in a while she goes over to wipe his head or something. It's a very interesting read. I can't say too much more
No,
about it.
It's an interesting concept. Yeah.
It's a very interesting concept, and a quick read. Like this is her name was Jane. This is her falling down from wherever the afterlife is to go, and then you just enter into somebody's body or their house or
Okay. Interesting.
How many wildflowers?
I would say, I guess I could give it a 5. I did enjoy it.
okay.
I enjoyed it very much. It's weird. It's a weird little book.
You like
So,
weird books.
yeah, I
Yeah.
do. I do. Some of them I do. I've read weird books that I said, oh my God, why did I read that? Like Dog Symphony. Ooh, don't ever read that one. So anyway, and then I read this book here.
There's a theme with her.
Yeah.
So more than one book.
Yeah.
I know. You really guys have
You
put
know
me to
what?
shame.
Because one of my dulce uvas was to
true.
read more, and I have been.
Right.
That's good. You've
So,
been doing well.
yeah. So, Heartwood. Now, this author, Amity Gage, I never heard of her. I saw Chloe at Theodore's Books actually recommended it.
Okay.
And it's not usually what I would read. because it's like a mystery.
Okay.
And I usually don't read them.
Right.
I usually just go for like literary fiction
Right.
or horror or, sometimes science fiction. So I said, what the heck, I couldn't pick something out. And I said, all right, I'm going to give it a shot. And when I first started it, it was almost like I didn't want to like it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I never read this stuff. Why did I get this book? And then I was like, oh my God.
Oh, really?
It's a page turner. And
Oh.
it's about a young woman who was lost on the Appalachian Trail in Maine. But there's other stories going on around it. One of the major themes is like mother-daughter relationships.
Ah.
I can't say too much about it because it is a mystery story,
Oh, okay.
but it's I really, really loved it.
I'm so glad.
It's a 5.5, and
Wow.
which was a surprise for
Wow.
me because it was one of the, it was, when you pick up a book sometimes and then you can't wait until you have time to get back to it. Like I read it in like 2.5 days. I was like, oh, I gotta read this book.
Good job, Chloe.
That is
Yes, thank you,
impressive.
Chloe.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
is this her first book? I've never heard of her. I love her
Actually,
name,
it's a
Amity.
Read with Jenna book.
Oh,
I don't
I
think
see
it
that.
is. Oops.
Amity Gage. I just love the name.
No, she has Sea Wife, Schroeder, The Folded World, and Oh My Darling.
Clementine.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Oh, we know that one too.
Yeah.
We could sing that. So, and it
sing
starts
a song.
out like the young woman who's lost on the Appalachian Trail
Right.
is writing letters to her mother.
More about letter writing.
Yes, and then there's the woman who's looking for her, who is part of like the Rangers that's leading the group of people looking for her. She has mother issues, and then there's another mother who lost contact with her daughter, and it's like 3 different
Wow.
mothers and daughter theme
Okay.
things. So.
And they were easy to keep track of.
Yes,
who was
yes,
who?
they were. Yeah, it was pretty clear.
Okay,
Yeah.
that
Oh,
can be
interesting.
Yeah, I know, that could be. So, no, it was well written. It's a fast read. It's if you're going on vacation, on a
That
plane.
sounds like a great
It's
one.
like
Yeah.
what
That's
So
the type of book you
were
want.
you able to figure out the mystery before you got to the end?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. It was leading up to that, and when that character was first introduced, I said, maybe.
Oh.
And then it got to like I couldn't figure anything else out.
All right.
Like she throws suspicion at different people, and
Oh, okay,
but yeah. So
All right.
anyway, yeah, it's
Thank
good.
you.
I recommend it. So
Right.
So that means somebody is doing the topic.
Yes, and I'm getting really hot in here, and I think it's this wine. That I just
You
like.
haven't even drank that much.
I
Do you
know.
want me to open the window a little bit more?
No, it's
It's
fine.
open.
It's
I said
fine.
a little bit more.
oh,
Ooh.
it's open.
All right, so my
Deja vu.
topic is, well, first of all, I thought about it a lot too. It's been in the news because the Nancy Guthrie, I don't know, I'm
Oh,
hoping they
God.
find her before this airs.
Oh, she's
But
got to be dead.
The
I
Nancy,
hate to
she's
say
a
it.
missing person. She's Savannah Guthrie's mother, who,
Yeah.
of course, I'm sure you've heard, in Arizona, she was abducted, and they found blood
Yeah.
belonging to not Nancy in
Right.
her home, and so they're trying to use these techniques, which are getting a lot of attention, called Investigative Genetic Genealogy,
Right.
and they're trying to identify that, and it's becoming of interest. It's a tool that is becoming more and more popular in use, and I thought let's talk a little bit about it. So I had a question for you,
Okay.
a couple of them. Have you ever taken a DNA test, and if so, which one?
Do we count the 23andMe?
Yes.
Yes, then yes.
So 23andMe, and what about?
I did the ancestry one,
Okay.
to match you with relatives and.
But did you spit in anything?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
they do
and you
that
got your report like back from them, and you
Yeah,
got
but
a
not for health or anything.
No.
Yeah,
but like
just
just
it was just
ancestry.
matches
Okay.
and.
Any surprises in your reports that if you want to share or not share? Like, did you discover like a nationality you didn't know you had in there, or a relative?
Oh,
like, that reached out?
it's pretty fluid because they keep on updating
They
the
do, yeah.
science.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at one time I was less than 1% Aboriginal.
Interesting.
Me too.
Yeah.
And then that went away, and there was something else odd too. I had a couple of them that were, like, where did that come
Right,
from,
right. Yeah, I wasn't surprised. Like a mutt, I had a whole bunch
A
of
whole
different-
bunch. And so you didn't get any surprises?
No.
All right.
No.
Well, so you see the reports, that profile, right? And something, this is similar to what investigative genetic genealogies do, right? They compare, so if they have an unknown victim or DNA from an unknown suspect, right? They're going to use that with the tools that's publicly available. So using, genealogy databases for crime solving, for cold case, to close them up. And they use it, the way they do it is if they get a hit on something, then they build a family tree backwards.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
To try to find a common ancestor.
Okay.
And this could take a lot of time. One of the most prominent ones I think you've probably seen her is Cece Moore. She's a blonde lady with curly hair, glasses. She sometimes is on that show with Henry Louis Gates. She found the Golden Gate Killer, right?
Right. Yes, I do
the
remember
serial
that.
killer, right? And she's been called in a lot. You would recognize her if you saw her. She's always talking about some of that. But anyway, so these, instead of the people driving this investigation, while they may have been requested or contracted by law enforcement, the people doing them are actually investigators by expert genetic genealogists who are skilled in tracing back family trees and reading DNA. And I think that is very interesting. So here's a little fact for you. So by December 2023, 651 criminal cases were solved.
Oh, wow.
And this includes 318, those committed by 318 individual perpetrators.
Wait.
So they found they identified 318 perpetrators, but were able to solve 651 crimes.
Oh, okay.
And this is just by December 2023. I didn't find a more recent statistic.
Well, they use DNA to catch the asshole out in Massapequa. The
Gilgo Beach murders. The Gilgo Beach murders. And you're right, because they were
that was
used,
a pizza box.
Exactly. They waited. So and that's an important part. How do you do it, right? So they built back this family tree, which they did here. Rex Heuermann, right? He hasn't been convicted yet. Let's just say it hasn't been convicted yet. So just because we're putting this on the air yet, and they were able to trace it back, build back the tree, and told law enforcement this is more likely than not your suspect. But they can't just go on that. So now they have to go and collect a physical sample somehow. And they waited. They stalked out the victim, saw him throw out the pizza box, took it, collected the DNA, and it was a match.
Wow.
But had they not had the investigative genetic genealogy tool, they would likely still be looking for this guy. Right, and not knowing to go stalk him and grab his pizza. So one thing to know is I haven't done it yet. I actually haven't done a DNA test, but I just ordered one yesterday. I just ordered one yesterday, and the reason why.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Well, my parents have both done it, so I was just like, I kind of know what to expect. But one of the questions I had, I wasn't sure if you both had done it, so my question was, what are the reasons people usually don't get a test if you haven't done it? And my thoughts, the reason why I didn't, is I was concerned with privacy reasons.
And a lot of people are.
But what I've learned is that 23andMe, Ancestry.com, in their user agreements, they don't permit investigative genetic genealogists to use their stuff, right?
I'll never get caught now.
Exactly. Or, so if you want to contribute, though, to the movement, right, you can take your results and upload them for free to sites that do permit it. And some of those sites are GED Match, Family Tree DNA, are a couple of them. There's a few more, but those are some of the bigger ones. And those are some of the main databases that are being used by the IGG professionals. And you can put your DNA in there, and they can then search it for crime solving, right?
A lot of people too don't do it, because I know somebody who didn't want to do it because they weren't sure, because the person was adopted. And they weren't sure what they were going to find. It was too scary.
A lot of people
Yeah.
can find
Yeah, both my
surprises.
girls did it.
But, you know, like I said,
And-
you can make it private too. You can make it
Right,
that nobody.
100%.
Exactly.
But yeah, but Corey, I think she has a little bit, I forget what she said, but Natasha's totally Korean, just Korean.
Oh,
Right.
Just,
she has the label on her that
yeah.
says made in Korea.
Yeah.
what Peggy's saying is, Natasha, I love this, and I'm not a tattoo person.
I think that is the
I love
coolest
that
tattoo.
tattoo.
She
Yeah.
had a tattoo made in Korea. I just love it.
Yeah, no, it's
I
great.
just love it.
It's
Anyway,
great.
well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. And so some other tools, and this is what appeals to me, is because it's not just your DNA that they can use. There is so much information that's publicly available already that they can do. So for example, if you have somebody who committed a crime, I could say you found a victim who was in Boston, like, and I looked up one. So now you're going to, when you get your initial hits, right, from the match, if you get a DNA, it goes back third cousins, fourth cousins, and it
Yeah.
could be a lot of people
Yeah,
you build.
yeah.
But some things you could really start weeding out. It's like, well, this person was found in Boston. Let's see if I can search census records or public databases like work histories or court records, and see if that person has a connection to this area.
Yeah.
And they are using all of that. There's so much
Yeah.
information out. So when you take all of the combined tools, you can do that. There is a volunteer nonprofit group also, I recently learned about, called DNA Doe Project, where volunteers organize and they can help solve crimes on a volunteer basis and look at all of that.
Oh,
I
you're
mentioned that
doing that.
No, I'm not doing that, no. But there's becoming more of a need, and it's a job market that's opening up
Yeah.
to. Now, right now, a lot of the IgG work is done by big, I like the FBI, right?
Yeah.
Or labs, like there's a bunch of labs, like Texas and Virginia, there's a lab in Virginia, there's a few
Yeah.
handful where they're doing it, but because it's becoming so advanced and more accurate, we're seeing an increase of local law enforcement and DA's office, especially in the bigger cities, starting their own branch
Oh, okay.
of
Okay.
it. So it might be an interesting job market to
Yeah.
think about. And there is a program, the world's first Investigative Genetic Genealogy Center was launched not too far from us in New Jersey, in Ramapo College. It
Oh,
was started
wow.
by David Gurney and Carrie Ann Binder. And they're leading investigative genetic genealogists, and they started the world's first program. And they have a certificate program.
Is that the one that you're taking the course with?
Yes, and I was going to lead into
Yeah.
that. They take a small amount of students every
Yeah.
semester, and I had the good fortune to be accepted into this semester's program.
Yeah.
And so
Because she has
Yeah.
nothing else to do in her life.
I just think it's so interesting, and I said, stop me doing this. I want to learn more about it from the best, and so I get to do it. So I won't be
And
able
you
to
know
talk
what?
to you
And
about
it's something
it.
that you might be able to use in the future.
You never know.
If you ever decide to switch jobs
Right, right.
or
But here's
be a
something.
private investigator.
Now this is
I'll be a
public
secretary.
information. I can't, but
I'll do research for you. I would love that. Please be one.
you can. I mean, I'm telling you. But here is I wanted to tell, because in my looking around, now
Be
this
like
has
down the
nothing to
street.
do. This is my topic.
She's going off the deep end now. She's totally going off the. She's
Okay,
imagining.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Here's an example, and this is something that I found out recently when I was looking at. Here's a homicide that was solved. This is a man named Toussaint Gonzalez. He was found with a stab wound in 1991 in December in Boston Harbor, right? And he went unidentified. They had an estimate of what he looked like. He had never been reported missing. 5'11". They thought it was between 20 and 30 years of age, but they had no leads whatsoever. And in 2022, so he was known by Suffolk County, because in Boston is in Suffolk County John Doe, for all these years. So in 2022, the Boston Police Department engaged with one of the main laboratories that does DNA work, investigative genetic genealogy work, using DNA, and they were able to get a DNA profile and start researching back. and they found out who he was, and he was 21 years old. They gave him a name. He went to Boston High School. He was, went to a thing, and he had not been reported missing. And I didn't get into the reason why, but it's funny, in doing some looking back, and this is all public information, and this is not any case that's being looked at my school or anything like that. It's just that, I pulled up his mother's obituary. She died before they identified him, and she still
probably always wondered
yeah,
where he was.
well, she's, how like you say you're survived by, she, and he still listed him as if he was alive, so she didn't know.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Maybe he didn't have a close relationship with his
could be.
family, and they said, "Oh, he just doesn't want to have anything to do with us."
Or maybe he had some, he was a drug or some drug
issues,
issue.
yeah.
You don't know,
No,
but I'm
yeah.
just saying. But at least now he's got a name. Everybody should have a name.
Yeah.
And
Right,
I think
right.
everybody deserves that dignity to
Yeah,
find out who
definitely.
you are or not. So I think it's very interesting, and if there is a silver lining in this Nancy Guthrie situation, it is that it's bringing this tool to the forefront, and maybe they'll start, other law enforcement agencies will start using it more.
Yeah.
You know, when I watch Finding Your Roots, and I always wonder how long that they've researched, like, these different people that come on. There's a wide swath of different types of people, but they're usually
I
celebrities.
love that show.
Me too. But I mentioned once about when we got a sample from you, so they obviously go and give them a sample. I would think it's got to be a year at least that the
It's time consuming.
I'm sure.
right, because
Oh,
what
definitely.
they're finding in the research and it's fascinating. It's really fascinating.
It really
I'm trying
is.
to think who was it that went back all the way back to way back, like who was it? Well, she's related to John Adams.
Oh,
Did you see that?
I did.
Yes.
Was it?
She's an actress.
Yeah.
Oh,
And she couldn't believe it.
right.
It was. Oh my God, I forgot.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
but it was like, and she was told, Sarah Haynes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, yes,
Sarah
yes,
Haynes.
yes, yes.
And she was
That's
just
right.
like, oh my, because I knew it was going to go back. But I didn't know.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's very interesting.
I love that.
So
Yeah.
do you have, I don't know, we're getting off the rails here
It's
about
okay.
Nancy Guthrie, like, do you,
No,
this is really bugging me.
oh,
Okay,
sorry.
there we
Thank
go.
you.
Okay.
No, like, were you gonna ask, like, do I have any theories about it?
Yeah,
Or?
yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I think it's a very unusual case because
Yeah.
she's not your typical kidnap victim.
In the beginning, I did think it was a family member. In the beginning, I did.
My thoughts is still kind of go back, and just because I used to work for the sex offender registry, and I know
Right.
there are a lot of sick individuals out there, and part of me wondered if this had something to do with somebody who had an obsession with Savannah
Right.
and was trying, and this is the next closest thing you can
Right.
get.
That was my first thought also, is somebody who's obsessed with Savannah
Right.
Guthrie, or someone who doesn't like her politics.
Right.
Is she? I know. I don't know.
I
Is she
never
overly
hear-
political? on
I
the
don't
news?
know,
She
because I
did
don't
interview-
watch her.
Apparently, she did an article that talked about the young girls, the Epstein girls, apparently. But I don't know how true
Because
that.
so many people do.
Exactly.
I mean,
And that's
yeah.
why I was like, I don't know.
I don't think of her. I mean, she's the only way I see her. She hosts the Macy's St. Patrick's. I mean, Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade
Right,
sometimes.
right. And she was supposed to go to the Olympics, and she.
That's where I see her. I don't
Yeah.
consider her an overly political. She's ABC News. She's not like from a CNN or a
She's
Fox
on a
News.
talk show. wasn't-
No,
isn't
it's
it?
the morning show, I think.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
she's like on the Today Show.
Yeah.
Like
Or Today, right? Yeah, she's on NBC News.
Yeah.
NBC, right?
Yeah.
NBC, not ABC. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's quite okay.
I don't want
But
to
yeah,
talk about
it
mainstream.
is a, but also I do realize, I heard that they did donate a lot of the money for other people that are missing, because that's what I kept thinking.
She did, yeah.
I was like, you know what, yes, she's famous and my heart goes out to her, but how many other people are missing that aren't getting?
That's the ethical issue
Yeah.
about all of this. And it's
Well,
being
she
raised.
did donate a lot of money
Yeah, and I was
to
glad to
some
hear.
organization. And you could see by looking at her when
Oh,
she
my
comes on
God.
how distraught she is, and the
Absolutely.
not knowing. Is
The
my
not
mom
knowing.
alive? Is she
But
suffering?
so are
Is she afraid?
everybody who's lost somebody is equally.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, I know.
And they are
And
not.
she
they
did
don't get
acknowledge
that
that.
attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't fault her in any way for taking advantage
Exactly.
of the platform
Good
that she
point.
has.
Good point.
Because if you had somebody
That's
missing
right.
that you cared about,
I know.
I would take every platform
I
given
know,
to
me
me.
too.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
fault her, but
Yeah.
I do fault the media, in some way, because
Yeah.
it is constant.
Yeah.
And they could maybe scale that back and to plug somebody else who's missing every now and
Yeah.
then,
Right,
and
Yeah.
say, well,
Well,
here,
they have the milk cartons.
Well, ABC does that. Have you seen
Right.
this person? And it's always a young. It's
Yes.
like
Right.
take care of our children.
Right.
And I always want them to come back. They never come back and say, "Oh, we found this
Right,
person."
right.
Why don't they? I always wonder. I
Yeah.
wonder if they ever found,
Right.
Georgie Porgy. It's-
that's the best thing
You
you
know.
can come up with. Georgie Porgy.
Well, it's great. Maybe
I
at the
didn't
pie-
want to be ethnic or anything.
Maybe
so.
at the pie shop, at the bakery. But so that's it.
Yeah, no, it was just something quick. I wanted to give
Once
a quick,
again.
Yeah,
like,
that was very interesting. Yeah.
Not a lot of people know about
Yeah.
it. I think it's very
Well, I
interesting.
can't wait to hear about your results when you get them back.
Yeah, so I'm going to get my tests, and I'll upload. What I'm going to do is put it. Obviously, I did it through Ancestry because I already have an account through
Oh,
Ancestry.
okay.
Yeah.
But I
I'm
am
gonna do
going to upload my results to the JED match and
Oh,
see and make them accessible to other researchers. I think.
I wonder if, because, my grandfather was in prison,
Right.
and I know it was a long time ago and they didn't do DNA, but I wonder if, I don't know what I'm thinking, because we are linked with him. Well, we know that we're related to him.
Right.
But I don't think that he ever had his DNA taken.
Probably not back
Yeah, I
then.
mean,
Really now.
It wasn't something to
Yeah, it
do.
was in like
They
the
had
20s,
his
30s,
fingerprints
40s.
taken.
People
Yeah.
didn't even know that you could
Yeah.
do it back then,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
His fingerprints are probably on file.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. Oh, that's
You could
true.
probably get a copy of that. You could do a FOIA request.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You have to go in the archives. It was such a long time ago. And like when I did request information about him, it was very scarce. And, it was a long time ago, and like they
Yeah.
can't be bothered digging it up.
But
and-
has any relative ever come forward, like linked with you on Ancestry or 23andMe, like somebody you didn't recognize because of your DNA hit?
Not really. Not really.
No.
Like it
Yeah,
was
we
all-
have distant people
Yeah,
in
yeah.
England, a couple of people.
Right, but I don't know like anybody directly more so than like second
Yeah.
cousin removed, third, whatever. Their locations, some of the locations, like, oh, I know I do have family in that
In
location.
that area, yeah.
That I pay attention to. But,
Well, if you're watching, one thing that I do know about is there are certain ethnicity groups that are very underrepresented in the databases. So if you are Native American or Hispanic, Indigenous, like Alaskan,
Right.
Yeah.
that if you're interested in this, and there are a lot of missing people and unidentified
Yeah.
people, especially like in Indigenous communities
Yeah.
or in Hispanic, it would be useful to have more DNA uploaded into the databases like that, so
Yeah.
that they
Yeah.
can help find the
Yeah.
people who
Yeah.
did these crimes and also identify those who remain unnamed.
Yeah.
well, that was really interesting.
It was. Thank you
Number
very
Oh,
much.
you're
one,
welcome.
122. So the next one will be
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Like in Sesame Street.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
I still have to get on that show.
She's determined. Thank you so much
Bye,
for
everyone.
watching.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Well, that was very interesting.
Oh, good.
As
I'm glad.
usual.
Good, not
But
too long.
the wine was
Bye, everyone.
the wine was sucky.